Welcome to Rolling Greasy, everybody. I just wanted to make a quick video to introduce my Dodge Neon race car. And it's kind of a special Dodge Neon race car. It's one of the original 1995 Neon Celebrity Challenge race cars. It's actually number 505. And it's had a long, hard life. This is not the original paint. It was repainted by a father and son race team who raced it in the ITA category of SCCA. Still got its ITA badge right there, and SCCA Club Racing sticker. It's also done some hill climbs. Pagoda Hill Climb back in 2011. The Weatherly Hill Climb. The guy I bought it from lived in Pennsylvania and did hill climbs with it. I believe he also raced it a couple of times in ITA. But she is an original 1995 Celebrity Challenge car. Right now it's wearing the ITA race paint, and it's number 93. I bought this car after I wrecked my M3 at Watkins Glen. I had a 99 M3 and I wrecked that. And that car had no safety equipment. I was fine after the crash, but I wanted something that, one, I felt like if I wrecked, I wouldn't be as sad as I would be after losing the M3. And two, something that had a roll bar. And this has still its original factory from Chrysler roll bar. This is the one that was bolted into it when it raced in the Challenge Series. It's actually still got the carpet. You can barely see it, but it's got carpet right there, old nasty carpet from when they bolted it at the factory straight to the body. Didn't even remove the carpet. Someone did remove the carpet, obviously. I didn't. Someone else did. Old Sparco Evo race seat. I installed that other Cabre seat for passengers. I do instruct in NASA, so I made it so I could take students out. But yeah, I got this car because I wanted something with some safety equipment in it, not just a pure street car. As far as performance mods on this car, wheels, Cosi K1, 15-inch, I believe, by 17.5, run on Toyo Proxys R88Rs, the new ones, which I'm actually digging. I used to run NT01s because I just love those on my BMW, and I loved them on this car as well. But I wanted to try them out, and they were for a good price, and I like them so far. I think they're better than the old AAAs. Factory brakes, front and rear, with the exception of pads. I'm running Hawk Blues. Well, when I have Hawk Blues, I run those, but I think what's in this right now is the 60 compound, the DCT60. And I really like that compound. Really, really good brakes. It's got some rust on there because she's been sitting. I've actually got her out and running because I'm going to bring her in the garage and go over the whole car, inspect it, get it ready for track season, torque all the suspension, inspect the engine, make sure there's no leaks, anything needs replaced. Go ahead and show you the engine. So the engine is a 2-liter single overhead cam. That's what this car came with from the factory. This isn't the original engine in it right now. It's a junkyard motor with, well, I think 65,000 miles on it now. And it's got a 95 camshaft in it, so, you know, that little bit of extra performance. The camshaft in 95 had a little bit better profile on it. Iceman air intake, CNR Visteon racing radiator. That thing has been worth every dime, that racing radiator. This thing never has overheated, not even shown any signs it would ever overheat. Other than that, running an underdrive pulley and long tube headers. I believe they're TTIs. And that's pretty much it for performance stuff. Automatic transmission car, throttle body, so 52 millimeters versus 64 millimeter for a manual. So a little bit bigger throttle body, but other than that, low power performance ECU from back in the day. And it is a single overhead cam version of that. And one of my favorite mods in the engine bay, the lawnmower battery. Saving that weight. Just saving that weight. Yeah, it's a pretty much a stock motor. It's dynoed at 131 horsepower. Not a lot of power. I have some plans in the future to remedy that, but we'll see if that happens. Maybe a Magnum head and some cams. Suspension, as you can see, is not stock. It's actually on the dynamic suspension, the coilover setup. Look at my original high sticker, isn't that nice? So sweet. I don't think you'll be able to see the coilovers really. Now, they're tucked back in there. This car's running pretty low, but it is on the dynamic suspension coilovers. I think the front spring rate is 550 and the rear is 450, and it's the original setup that you could order from Chrysler back in the 90s and race on in ITA. It's pretty stiff. I mean, the fender flexes before the car goes up and down at all, so it's plenty stiff. But in my opinion, well, at VIR turn 1, I think I'm compressing the springs on the driver's side all the way when I go into turn 1. I get a little bounce, and I put O-rings on the shocks to see, you know, how far the shocks are getting compressed with the springs, and that O-ring is about bottomed out on the shock. So I think I'm going to try to go to some higher spring rates eventually in the front. Maybe the rear too, we'll see. But sweet roll bar, and I kind of wish this car wasn't gutted, and I might actually, I don't know, put interior back in this car. I originally bought it, like I said, to be a track car that if I lost it, I wouldn't care, but I've kind of fallen in love with the little thing. I think I've tracked this car for 7 or 8 years now, and I've had to replace a couple power steering pumps and power steering lines and wheel bearing, but other than that, this thing has been so reliable, and I've gotten so much track time out of it. Like, I don't show up to the track and work on it. I show up to the track and I drive it, and I drive the living crud out of it. Red line shifts almost every shift. I bang it off the rev limiter a lot. Yeah, I have not been nice to it, and it hasn't done me wrong. Spherical steering wheel. Oil pressure gauge I never really look at. Still using just the regular gauges. I just go off the factory tack. But yeah, I really love the car, and I think I'm at the point I would like to actually restore it and paint it the original white, get all the stickers that I hope are still available, and I don't know, probably still do track events with it, but maybe be a little bit nicer to it. And no, pipe that came with the car. I don't know if that was something that was allowed in ITA or if that was part of the challenge cars, but that is straight single overhead cam 95B on exhaust right there. But yeah, I just wanted to show everybody my sweet track neon, one of the surviving Celebrity Challenge cars, number 5. Alright, stay rolling greasy, everybody.
They see me rolling greasy.